Do you want to get rich quickly? One of MJ Demarco's best-selling books, The Millionaire Fastlane, talks about how you can get wealthy quickly. It is not one of those typical deceptive books that makes you rich overnight though, but it will definitely alter how you will handle money and investments. In this video, we will talk about having an entrepreneurial mindset and how you can build the business of your dreams while still young. Stay tuned because we will also discuss how to get rich rapidly while also enjoying life. We will discuss the author's plan for becoming wealthy quickly and the 5 guidelines that every entrepreneur should go by. So make sure to watch this video to the end. This is Financial Intellect, where we promote the to be finance savvy. We are your buddy. Now let's get right into the video. According to the author, there are only 3 different financial routes you can follow: the sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. 1. Sidewalk. People who walk on the sidewalk are sacrificing tomorrow's increased security to live well today. The sidewalkers favor spending over conserving, and they view debt as an advantage. More importantly, sidewalkers don't make long-term plans and live lives of quick satisfaction. However, being a sidewalker does not imply poverty. There are many wealthy individuals, including athletes and entertainers, who earn large sums of money but spend extravagantly. 2. Slow lane. This is the path most people choose to take. Here, people make today's sacrifices in order to benefit themselves tomorrow. And this is another bad decision because riches are actually best enjoyed when you are young and healthy rather than when you are already old. Slow laners think that their long-term investment in compound interest will make them rich. However, the benefits of compound interest can only be felt at the high end of the waiting time. When you have a look at the chart, it shows that investing $10,000 with 15% interest will generate $2.26 million in 40 years, which sounds amazing. But what they failed to realize is that their investment will grow significantly only during the last years of their life when they are already extremely old. But do you really want to be rich only when you're 65? I'm sure you don't. But if you are in a slow lane, it is quite challenging to get rich. Having a job will restrict your wealth and the experience you gain. In comparison to a year of employment, owning your own firm will teach you a lot more. And because your wage is so heavily dependent on other people, you have no control over your money. 3. Fast lane. Business, entrepreneurship, and getting rich quickly are the hallmarks of the fast lane route. Some examples of the fast lane are businesses you start, innovations you develop, the software you construct, and the systems you create. It's all about getting rich quickly. However, this is not the same as getting rich effortlessly. Before you achieve the level of success you desire, it will require a lot of work that might take years. But the result is that after you've done all the work in all those years, you'll be able to do whatever you want for the rest of your life. When it comes to accumulating wealth, the objective is to develop a system that does the grunt work for you rather than doing it yourself. Once more, this does not imply skipping work, but it does entail constantly optimizing, automating, and being resourceful. Imagine that you need to construct a pyramid out of heavy stones. Carrying the stones by hand one at a time is the slow lane method. Naturally, this will take a long time. But if you spend the first several years constructing a crane, a pull system, or whatever to move the stones for you, this would be the fast lane strategy. Once you have your equipment, building the pyramid will be simpler. Producing instead of consuming is the secret to the fast lane. Sell the products on television rather than purchasing them. Sell the shovels and stop looking for gold. Be an employer and hire people for jobs rather than searching for employment. You will enter the fast lane when you change your way of thinking and move from a consumer to a producer. You might assume that wealthy people are greedy. In actuality, though, the poor are greedy. If you give it a little thought, you'll realize that helping others is necessary for wealth. You need to return something. You must construct something for other people. You must advance society in some way. You must create something. You have to make a purchase. But poor people are the opposite. They are the ones who are greedy because they only generate for themselves and have themselves in mind. The law of affection is another interesting idea discussed in the book. It means that in order to make $1 million, you must first assist 1 million people. The more people you assist and the more you give to others, the more you get back in return. This might not make sense at first, and you might wonder how giving more and helping others might make you prosperous. But take this as an example. If I walk out right now and give $1,000 to 100 individuals, you might ask how I'll become wealthy. You are correct, it won't make me wealthy. People who receive money from me will probably just spend it carelessly. The help we are talking about here is when you produce a product or service that benefits others. This is why Jeff Bezos is wealthier than the security guard you saw this morning. Millions of people around the world now purchase safely and conveniently because of Amazon, which Jeff Bezos developed. The security guard, on the other hand, probably looks out for himself and his family only. I'm not trying to minimize the security guard. There's nothing wrong with a man wanting to support himself and his family. However, the law of affection states that he will not get wealthy because he is not significantly altering the lives of many others. The author also discusses 5 guidelines that you must go by if you want to create a successful business. This can be used as a checklist for already running firms to determine how solid their foundations are. 1. Need. The sole purpose of a business is to address a problem. Money is exchanged when issues are resolved. The law of need is respected if difficulties are resolved, tasks are made simpler, annoyances are eliminated, services are improved, and needs and cravings are satisfied. You would think that something so straightforward would be so evident, but sadly, it isn't. Doing what you love and following your passion, as if the market cares, is the great entrepreneurial idea of today. The market does not care. You get my money if you have what I'm looking for. Passion, love, and your desire have no bearing at all. Do you believe that enthusiasm will pay the bills if there are 10,000 personal trainers working at what they love but with only 10 clients? 2. Entry. The rule of entry inquires as to how simple or challenging it is to enter the market. You're breaking the rule of entry if anyone on the street can open the business you're in. Once more, you're breaking entrance if opening a business is as simple as signing up for a program or filling out an online form. The core of entrepreneurship is problem solving, and the challenge of the problem you're trying to solve must be there. Actually, the opportunity is the challenge. If you're one of the business people who considers a proposal and complains that it's difficult, you're actually stating that you're not interested in addressing real issues, but rather you're searching for simple ways to earn money. Millionaires are produced by the former, money-hungry individuals by the latter. 3. Control. The control rule is comparable to the land on which you develop your company. Do you own that land? Do you rent it? Or does someone else have power over it? Can someone or a business suddenly pull the rug out from under you and ruin your business? You may be earning $10,000 one day and nothing the next. You're breaking the control rule if all of your consumers come from free Google searches, as one modification to the Google algorithm can ruin your company. You're breaking the control rule if 99% of your product sales come from one platform. Your organization jumps from being the hero to being the zero when YouTube launches off its platform without much warning. And you didn't do anything wrong. Because of this, the author advises against relying solely on a third party. 4. Scale. Can your product be easily scaled up or duplicated? Scale refers to how readily you can solve a challenging problem. For instance, developing a software application to address an issue in the dental industry might take 3 months. However, there is no clear connection between that system serving 10 customers and the one that serves 1,000. You don't have 100 times as much labor, but you make 100 times the profit. 5. Time. This rule states that your product or service must exist independently of you. Does your product work while you are absent or engaged in other activities? The time rule's main goal is to break up with the worst relationship ever made, which is your time and money. Each time a creative endeavor exists independently of you, it has the potential to sell independently of you without requiring a time for money exchange. If you follow these 5 guidelines, your company will reward you with extraordinary results. And those are the financial lessons we can learn from the Millionaire Fastlane. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with the lessons we discussed in the video? Or have you already read the book? Let us know in the comment section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And with that, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've watched, stay tuned for more videos. Bye, financial buddies!